Hey, ladies, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Valencia. I'm a certified image consultant, better known as the Style Educator. In today's video, ladies, we are bringing it home for part three on creating your signature look. Really quickly, in part one, I talked about your lifestyle, which is who you are and how you live, and if your current wardrobe and style are a reflection of that. Speaking on who you are, in part two, I discussed your personality and how you definitely should be using it to incorporate it into your outfits, and how many of you have been overlooking or even downplaying it. In part three, I'm going to be talking about your body shape. One of the things that I want you to take away from, ladies, going forward is whenever you hear me speak about your body shape, it isn't to highlight anything wrong with your body. It isn't to bring any sort of negative awareness to your body in any way or make you feel like something's wrong with you or the way that your body is shaped. Ultimately, whenever I refer to your body shape, all I'm doing is talking about the way that your body is naturally proportioned, right? I believe that our body shapes are really the mother of everything when it comes to our wardrobe and developing our personal style. So, back in my 20s, I used to hang out with a group of women, and we always used to go out to different clubs and festivals and those sorts of things. And I don't know if you have experienced something like this, but one of the girls in the group I was really, really close to. And what I mean by that is like we spent time at each other's houses. We hung out with our children more, than us just going out to clubs and bars and things like that. And so at that time, I remember that we had went shopping this particular day for the festival that we were going to later that night, and she had brought we brought the same top. She brought it in pink, I brought it in white, and we paired it with a denim skirt, a denim mini skirt to be exact. And I remember we got to the festival and I just kept tussling with my skirt all night long. I just kept pulling it down and pulling it down and pulling it down. And I noticed that that wasn't something that she was doing. And for some reason, at that time, it got my attention. And I just kind of was like, why is this? This is in my size, right? It wasn't that it was too small around my waist, so to speak, at the time, right? And so um, I remember doing some additional research at that time, and it definitely benefited me because ultimately I became an image consultant and all of those things. But what I stumbled upon was body shapes. And I am considered larger on the bottom. Which is something I'm going to get into next. But the reason that the mini skirt kept rising is because when it comes to how my body is naturally shaped, the bottom part of my body is, proportioned as the largest part on my body. So where that mini skirt was falling at was on my wide hips, right? And that's the reason that it kept rising up. And so she, on the other hand, is not considered to be larger on the bottom. So that's why the skirt rested perfectly on her body. She did not have to deal with any of that. And so, what I had come to learn with doing the research that I did and better understanding body shapes, specifically my own at that time, was that mini skirts were not going to be my thing. Like, your girl had to make some changes to the types of silhouettes and, clothing pieces that I had to buy, which is ultimately what happens when you know and understand and identify what your body shape is. Because when you do that, it makes it a whole lot easier for you to be able to buy clothing that is going to accentuate your body shape the best, and also stay away from things that are not going to accentuate your body. And so, with that same example, it's not that I can't wear skirts, right? Because I also believe that a lot of women, whenever you do hear the word body shape and dressing for your body shape, you may get like, oh no, I don't have time. Like, that's just going to limit what it is that I wear. And that's just one way of looking at it. But ultimately, what it does do is it opens up the door for the things that are going to effortlessly complement your body, because that's really also a part of the reason that we're getting dressed. Who wants to tussle with their clothes because they don't fit us right? I mean, aside from purchasing things that may be too small or too large, If you don't know your body shape, then you definitely can find yourself buying things that are not effortlessly accentuating your body. And so I wanted to share that quick story because now I have to buy other silhouettes that look absolutely amazing. I'm not finding myself trying to force my skirt down or pulling it down, and just even just being out in places and being irritated because I'm constantly fixing my clothes. My clothing just naturally falls on my body and looks great. And the other point that I want to make here